back to Bain's Bites. I'm Bain, and today we're going to be using something we made in the last video to get a nice and easy, simple, and delicious dinner in your home anytime. So if you remember from the last video and you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. We made some jalapeno ranch that's a sure firecracker at any party or get-together. I've got some left over, so we're going to go ahead and use that to make some awesome and easy chicken enchiladas here today. So we're going to start with an onion. And I like to use half my onion cut up. We're going to get it cooked down, get it sweetened up, get it in the filling with the enchiladas. The other half we're going to keep raw, get a small dice on it. We're going to sprinkle it up on top of the enchiladas when they bake up and give it a little bit of variety. So when you start cutting an onion, what you really want to do is cut off that top end, remove it separately, and keep here the hairs at the bottom. That's what holds the onion together. So you take that flat side you just made, and right through the middle of the base, slice your onion in half. So I'm going to have one half for the fresh, and one half we're going to go ahead and throw on the stove and get sauteed up. Once you have it cut in half, it's pretty easy to sit here and peel back the outer skin, get it removed, get it separated. And now you're working with half an onion. So I'm going to come through, put my hand down flat, and do one slice right through the middle, through the hemisphere. What that does is it gives me multiple slices, and I'm going to follow through these veins right here. Carefully, one slice at a time, following the lines in the onion. Just going to slice on down, turn it sideways, and hold it together. Since I've got two directions already going, as I slice down here, you can see all of a sudden out comes a small diced onion, quick and easy, no struggle. Tip it over, finish up the edges, use as much of the product as we can. We'll get these on the stove. So we've got our pan heated up. Got it on medium-high heat. We're going to get a little bit of avocado oil in there. Get some oil heated up. We're going to throw these onions right in here, get them sauteed up, get them soft, get them sweet, get them delicious. Sizzle is good. First thing you want to do when you're sauteing any onions is hit them with some salt and pepper. Season and layer. That's what I always say. And that salt will help break the onion down, help it release its moisture, helping it soften up a little quicker. Get it all tossed and coated up. Just keep it on a medium-high heat for a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, until it gets soft, has a nice color on it. We'll check back in with you. So we've got our onions good and soft. Let's go ahead and give them a final check. A little bit of color, get some of that sweetness out. Right about where I want them. I don't want to cook them down to caramelize, and I don't want them to be raw. I just want a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of color, and soften them up just a touch. So we'll kill the heat, bring them back over to the station over here, and we'll move on to the next step. While we let these onions cool down, we're going to go ahead and soften these tortillas up just a little bit. And to do that, we're going to get some paper towel. Soak it in just a little bit of water. Get it moist, get it wet. Lay it out on our paper plate. And we're just going to grab a couple of tortillas, put them inside this wet paper towel, wrap them up, and microwave them for about 30 seconds. Just to let them steam, let them get soft, so when we roll them, they don't break. So the tortillas have been warmed up. They're good and hot and steamy. They're soft just a little bit. And I'm using flour tortillas today, but you can use whatever you want. Flour tortillas, spinach tortillas, corn tortillas, a mixture. We saw the other day at the store they had corn and flour mixture tortillas, whatever you like. We've got them good and soft. Let's go ahead and start building them. So I'm not going to lie, I didn't take the time to roast an entire chicken, separate it out, hand pull it, all that good stuff. I cheated. I went to the store and they sell a handy bucket of rotisserie chicken that's already been pulled. So we're going to go ahead and use it because I don't have the time today to sit here and roast off an entire chicken. Maybe someday we'll do that. But all you want to do for these tortillas and roll them up with some cheese, get them into enchiladas, is put a little bit down, don't overstuff them. And on the inside I'm going to be using some mild cheddar. On the top we're going to be using a different cheese, but something in here to help them bind when you roll them up and get them in. Get something good and cheesy on the inside. So a little bit of chicken, a little bit of cheese, and then we're going to hit each one with just a little bit of salt and pepper. Add another flavor layer. And the last thing is I'm going to grab a little bit of these cooked onions we did. They go in here on the inside, just a nice thin layer. Once you get everything in, kind of bunch it up together, bring one side in and tuck it. Roll the other side up real tight, and you want to put it seam side down. So there's one. We'll go ahead and get the rest mixed up. We'll check back in with you here in just a second. We're back. We got everything made up. Our pan right here held 5 of them, so we're going to go ahead and finish them off, get them in the oven, and enjoy them here in just a little bit. The next thing we're going to do is take that jalapeno ranch we made last time. And again, I encourage you, if you haven't gone and watched that video yet, you really should. There's nothing easier and there's nothing better. Holding this spoon makes me want to just take a big bite. We're going to take our jalapeno ranch and we're going to use that as our sauce for these enchiladas. We're going to cover them completely. You make jalapeno ranch, you should always make extra because there's nothing better than leftover jalapeno ranch chicken enchiladas. Get one more good spoonful in here, let it come down the sides. Mix it all up in there, get everything covered up. And as that heats up and melts down, it'll soak up in there. It'll be amazing. So we've got our raw onions, add a little bit of contrast. And again, I love onions, I love garlic. So we're gonna get a good layer up on top here, some fresh small diced onions. The last thing we're going to do, we put mild cheddar in there in the middle. But on top, I like a cheese that melts a little bit better. So I've got some Colby Jack here. And you can't go wrong with cheese, I can promise you that. And you can use whatever kind of cheese you like. Pepper jack, regular cheddar, mozzarella, if that floats your boat, whatever you prefer. But get a good healthy layer of cheese on top. Don't be shy. Get everything covered. I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. I think we're set to go. We're gonna go ahead and throw these enchiladas in the oven and let them cook. We're coming up on 20 minutes, the enchiladas being in the oven. Let's take a peek and see where they're at. Cheese is getting melty. It's just starting to brown, but it's not quite where I want it just yet. So let's throw it back in and give it a few more minutes.
Can we have some? Give me a bite. No, me.
All right, it's been about 25 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees, and these are officially GBD, golden brown and delicious. Let's dig into them, see if we can't get them plated up, and give them a try. Just got them out, got them on a plate, let them sit for a few minutes because they were piping hot. Let's dig in, see how they taste. Man, those are great. You can see how simple they were, how easy they were, and use the leftover sauce. So didn't have to buy anything new. Quick and easy meal to do at home anytime. Use up some leftovers and always a crowd pleaser. Once again, thanks for liking, subscribing, and commenting. Hope you've had some fun watching making these easy enchiladas today with some awesome jalapeno ranch. Check back in for another great video.
That's so good. You gotta try these.